Hola mi amigos! Today we are changing the rear brakes on the Chevy Venture. Now I have already done the passenger side, this is the driver's side. It's just a mirror image, and as everything with this van, it is not easy. So you are warned. And full disclaimer here, drum brakes are not as straightforward, at least for the novice, as the disc brakes, which we will also cover. So this video is not for your instruction, rather you just see what is out there really and do it at your own risk, because I don't expect this to be perfect. So first we start by taking the drum off. Looks like there is a drain valve here. I guess that is to get rid of all the dust, which is like here. I never used it before. So this is rather non-conventional in a sense as far as drum brakes go, because there is only a single spring. Here the retainer spring is a full metal rod or whatever that thing is. So this is not your typical one, I should say. And your typical brake tools don't necessarily work for this one. I'm gonna be using this for some portions of it. These just come standard in a drum brake tool. I purchased one for 30 bucks on Amazon. You can rent one free from your local auto store. And I have 3 cars with drum brakes, so I mean the purchase is justified for me. But anyways, you have to have safety glasses for this because these springs are under high pressure. So we start by taking this one off, whatever this spring is, and I have checked the procedure from the repair manual, factory repair manual. So this is not the easiest thing. Okay, let's go with this guy. Maybe this will be better. Right. The other side didn't take this long, to be honest. And I will be butchering the pads in some occasions, so again, this is my first time working on drum brakes and I'm not a professional by any means. There it is. So I'll start by taking this off, like so. Now we need to remove this guy. Okay, so which side do we start from? I guess it doesn't matter. Although installation side, you start from the handbrake side on the installation, so I'm gonna start with this. Again, choose your tool of attack. There is no standard thing here. Even just pulling works sometimes, as you can see. So the first shoe comes off like so. There's a lot of brake dust, so you are warned. So there's that. We can take the adjuster. They are almost fully out. It goes here. And there's that. Now take this guy off. Actually, before I do that, let's take this off. This is the handbrake or emergency brake. There. Taking this apart is not the hard part, as you can imagine. It's putting it back together. There's the other shoe. I may have come down to the metal, I guess. I don't know. they were making noise. There is still some meat on it, but they were making noise. Now we can take this off. And there is a hook underneath here, right there, that this thing attaches to. That is the return health spring, they call this. Now the kit I bought from carid.com. Fronts, backs, brake shoes, brake pads, drums, rotors, everything, 180 bucks. I don't expect too much out of them, but this is my junk van, so I'm not going to invest too much money into it. Now we need to clean these contact points. Try not to breathe this, because this is all brake dust. I won't be changing the wheel cylinder in this application. If you are using this as a daily, any variety of these GM vehicles, they should be pretty much the same. You should consider changing it while you're here. You can also use brake cleaner to clean these parts. Okay, clean enough. Now comes the fun part. Okay, let's get the brake shoes. Now the brake shoes are the mirror image of each other. They are exactly the same. Typically in cars with drum brakes, usually one is smaller than the other, but these are the same size. First, we need to start with this side. Before I even do that, I forgot, we need to apply some lubrication to these contact points, as the manual calls. This is just brake parts lubrication or grease. Okay, first things first, we need to put the new spring, which goes under here, back to the hook. Oh, put it wrong way, of course. Why not? So once we make sure it is seated, which it is, we are going to start with the handbrake side. So to seat this initially, you might have to use your hands, then it's up to your imagination or creativity. But there goes that one. So now this has to go in there. Again, this is not your typical brake caliper, no, brake drum that you're used to maybe, so You will have to improvise. I'll do the tapping later. Okay, next step. Install the parking brake actuator. There. Now to the fun side. Here is the new one that came with the kit. I did lubricate all the threads prior, like so, and just screw this all the way in. Also lube this part too, and then position it here. Here is this guy. Now this part is a tricky part, as I said, because we need to seat this, and I might just do this part later because we need to finagle our way. If this had regular springs, retainer springs and everything, would have been easier, obviously, but of course not. Nothing has been easy with this one. I shoot this one now. These are under high tension, so you should always have your safety glasses during this part. I put some grease here. I can clean it later. Again, I'm doing a sloppy job. Ouch. I almost smacked my face the last time. This thing again is under super high tension. Okay, I think what I did last time, which I don't recommend, you have to use some portion of the brake surface to be able to get this out onto the location it's supposed to go. So much. Of course, there is probably a better specialty tool suited for this rather than this generic brake tool, and the manual calls for a name. If you're curious, it is called J38400. That is the special pliers, which is not this, obviously. Like so-ish. We are not off the hook yet because we need to put the adjuster on. This goes into that hole. Come on. Now obviously the spring being in the way doesn't make things easy, and I think there is a fault there. Which may prevent me from doing this effectively. Because right there is a valve location, which I don't think will allow this to push through. Okay, cheap parts comes and bites you in the arse, not surprisingly. Yup, they don't look like each other. This is supposed to go in like so. This one has a weld right there, so this won't go through. I might have to swap the shoes and hope that this side is okay. Alright then, let's begin this all over. Okay, well, I will just skip ahead. What I'm gonna do is swap this one for this one, and then I'll pick back from where I left. I think we have a chance now. All it needs to do is now get in that damn spot. Stupid thing there. Alright. This is in, that's in. Good deal. Now we need to hammer these in ever so slightly so they seat. I think I can take the glasses off now. Okay, both of them are in. This is good. Actually, I need the glass again because I forgot. We have the spring. Again, there is only this spring. And last time on that other side, I just used the pick, and it was the easiest way to do this. Hold on though. There. Now these are painted, insides are painted too, so there is no oils on it. Let's try to put it in on. Doesn't want to clear the lip, which happened before on that other side too. I can't dial it back though, so. think it's in good shape. There's free rotation. It's not completely free, so I call that good enough for today's purposes. Hopefully the car does stop. We'll see how that one goes, but I'm just gonna put the wheel back on and be done with this. Well, there it is, folks. I'm signing out. Remember to leave a like if you liked the video, and please subscribe to the channel. I only have 990,000-ish left to 1,000,000 subscribers, so let's get there. Take care. And you thought I was done. No, no, no. I am not done yet. Because the venture is the gift that keeps on giving, as always. And I hate drum brakes. So what happened here? Of course, this is my first time changing drum brakes, so part of the mistake is of course mine. But initially the adjuster, I didn't adjust it at all, and I just put on the drum and it did go on snug. There was some resistance, and this is really, you gotta feel this to understand how it is supposed to be. But when you put this drum on, it's supposed to go in with some resistance, and also when you turn it, it shouldn't turn too freely, I should say. It should still turn, not getting stuck, but it should stop turning on its own, meaning that the shoes make full contact with it. So what happened in my first drive, the pedal travel never recovered. It was going all the way down, and when I came back I found this adjustment lever has fallen off and it was making noise. Then I understood that I need to adjust this properly. So I have already gone and done that for the most part, but if you're tackling this, don't just put this in and then call it a day. This is more of a feel, and I hate drum brakes for that. The disc brakes are so nice, but these little things you need to move up. Initially you can go rather fast, like a few steps at a time, but when you get close you need to check if the drum still fits, because you don't want to overdo that. Also, I realized that in this job most of the specialty tools I used actually didn't help, and they did more bad than good, I guess. So you might be better off sticking to your regular tools like pliers, screwdrivers and what have you. So let's give this a shot. It's still going in a little too easy, and there is not enough resistance, so I need to keep dialing this. What this does is it just pushes the shoes apart. So disc brakes, go for it. Drum brakes, I don't know, you may want to leave it to a professional if you don't want to go on an adventure yourself, or if you're so cheap like me. A few more and this should be done. think I'm really close. Actually, this might be enough, but I'm gonna go a few more just in case. Yeah, I think this is good enough. There it is. So that's what you're looking for. Again, this is by feel. It should turn but stop on its own. Right now there is contact between the shoes and the drum. As you drive, the first contact will just go away and the brakes should feel okay. But again, this is my first time changing drum brakes, and if it is yours too, well, you're gonna have the time of your life. And again, this is not a tutorial. Don't do what I do. And now the video can close. Take care.